shit, I'm on the camera. Oh no. All right, welcome. Episode 106 of Hip Hop High Society presents the Roundtable. Hopefully, I ain't throw y'all off too much with the new tunes and shit. You feel me? But we gotta switch it up every once in a while. But of course, the first thing I always do, it's my pleasure to introduce my esteemed co-host, the people who make this show possible. Otherwise, it'd be me yapping by myself, and y'all don't want to hear that. But first and foremost, we got the one and only of the culture decides, Lee. It's good to see you in the building.
Yo, what's up, everybody? You already know. Hit that share, hit that like, subscribe, all of that. Happy to be here. I hope y'all all doing well, but stay tuned.
For sure. And then we got the man of mystery, my homeboy J Cloud. What's going on with you?
What's going on, y'all? I fuck with the new theme, the new
Yeah,
logo.
that felt like real shit about to go down.
Freestyle on that bit. You had to drop a freestyle, but it's good to see y'all, man. I'm happy y'all like my musical choice, man. And then let's get right into the topic we got at hand. Hopefully, ain't too many of y'all watching football, man. I know the season start today. You feel me? Get off that football, bro. It's preseason. Y'all will be all right. Get up in here and watch this joint. But first and foremost, we got ASAP Rocky. Seems like he's on a bit of a podcast tour for some reason. Is he promoting something? I'm seeing a lot of fucking clips from Cat.
Well, he still didn't drop the rest of this too, so I'm assuming maybe that might be coming out soon. I don't know,
Okay,
but
he kind of talked on the ASAP falling out with Ferg and others. Of course, we know the well publicized trial they just had not too long ago. So see if I can play one of these clips here.
Hey, well, we can talk about it all. If I don't want to talk about it, I'm gonna say I don't want to talk about it. So really try to put you in prison. That was fucked up.
Yeah.
I'm still hurt.
Yeah.
I'm hurt about him. I'm hurt about Bari. Hurt about a lot of them. I mean, it is what it is. I know they don't give a fuck, but I'm hurt.
He wasn't even like testifying. It was like he was trying to put you in
I know.
prison.
He
Did you feel betrayed?
Of course. I felt hurt, betrayed, and it was just a nightmare. You know what I'm saying? Just looking at somebody I know on the stand forever gonna be labeled as a rat, just trying to come up off of me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Stop being a bum and being lazy. That's just bum mentality.
How did ASAP Mob break down like that? Because all of you were one family.
When me and Reed became a couple, like all of my time, I just was with her, like, and she was with me, and I think a lot of them got nervous, like, oh, so what that mean for me? Like, what that mean for my opportunities? That's what I take from it.
But is it because you were with your girl, because you got busy, or because of all of that?
All of that.
Do you see any world in which all of you, maybe except for Relly, come back together?
Absolutely.
But Relly, could he ever be a part of the situation? I had to ask. I mean, you know, maybe you have a heart and have forgiveness.
I gotta answer that.
Okay.
Yeah, nah, bro. He tried to kill me. Take me away from my kids. Like, if I'd have did 24 years in jail, I'm dead.
Is that what inspired you to put the rat and owl thing in your show, or?
All that.
Was that for him, or was that for?
That's for all of them.
Because they're all problems.
Oh my God. Now you a comedian. This guy.
I was on Wildin' Out for 5 6. What do you mean?
There you go. He's sitting down with Jason Lee. Kind of spoke on a serious subject. I mean, they made light of it toward the end or whatever. But as we know, the highlighted trial, which he was facing, 20 piece or whatever, the falling out with ASAP and all that stuff. Do y'all think, going back to kind of the topic at hand, we heard him speak about Rihanna, right? Do we think that his claim that the ASAP mob tried to put him in prison out of jealousy versus the counter argument that they simply fractured? You know, you had Yams suicide, passing, and then you had Rocky's solo success, and then of course him hooking up with that big, publicized relationship with Rihanna. Do y'all think of some jealousy involved in the breaking up, or kind of the falling out of ASAP, or do y'all just think that Rocky, became bigger than the program? What do y'all think?
I feel like it could be a combination of, fortunately, when you are rising to success, some people expect to be on the same level as you, you know what I'm saying, especially when you're in a group. And I feel like it did seem kind of weird, the whole case. So yeah, it's given like, a mixture of jealousy, a mixture of people also wanting to do their own thing. Like Ferg, he had dropped the ASAP, in front of his name. So it was like, okay, is everyone like moving on and trying to like just have their own name for them so they don't feel like they're under his shadow? Like maybe not. So
yeah, I think it was case by case.
You say what?
Not
Hey, what you-
well.
that they was kids or something like that. But I think in general, it's hard. Do you think it's like hard to keep up a group any fucking way? You feel me? You see a lot of groups get fractured and a lot of groups split up and break apart and shit like that in general, right? You had a Dipset recently. Is that just kind of the way of groups? You feel me?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's tricky. Even like I'll take even like a smaller a group with a smaller fan base, party of two. They came from being like a party of, I think it was 4 or 5, group therapy, and then they they rebranded like 3 or 4 times, I think, and like just like losing different people. So from that scale to even like people like ASAP and them, yeah, it is hard to like keep a group. Even with these boy bands, they break up too. And other genres, it's not even just something that hip hop goes through. I think across the board.
Yeah, shit. I mean, even fucking podcasting, even doing this type of shit. Like you might
Yeah.
have people that come in and out. I think at the end of the day, kind of people want to do their own, and particularly when you're talking hip hop, a lot of egos involved and all of that shit. And then, they was like, I think Cloud hit on, like they was young, they was kids, bro. It's interesting when you like in your 20s and your, 18s or whatever. It's like you almost around the same group of people all the time. Y'all at each other crib and all the other shit. As you grow up, you have a family, you have kids. It might be less of that. You feel me? So that could be part as well. You going from young men to like boys almost to men. You feel me? Cliche. I'm gonna play this about Ferg real quick.
ASAP, when did all of the mob start becoming
That hurt me
mobless?
too. The Ferg dropping ASAP hurt me as well. You feel me? Because Ferg wanted to get out his deal. And I gracefully did that. I helped him, get out his deal. First of all, let me tell you the story about me and Ferg. I'm gonna get this to you, right? ASAP Mob, before it was like ASAP Mob, we was just ASAP. It was just a bunch of niggas getting fly, trying to fuck bitches in Soho, trying to fuck bitches in Harlem, trying to fuck bitches in the Bronx. I was just the one like I was the one with the mindset of like, yo, we need to do things. We need to capitalize off of this conglomerate. Like, I knew how to monetize us. You know what I'm saying?
So you were like the RZA of Wu-Tang
For
Clan
sure.
for ASAP Mob.
For sure. They could say, I had us doing photo shoots, modeling, all this other stuff. Everybody come together, chip in your $50 for this or whatever, $20, however much, if you want your photos taken. Like, we was young, but I had the plan, and, it just seemed like I'm the one who made us put ASAP before our name. Mm-hmm. I'm ASAP Rocky, you ASAP Yams, you ASAP so-and-so. That was all me. Mm-hmm. So I knew I had like a capitalist kind of like approach to it, to where it was just like, I knew we was destined to be great. It was motherfuckers, we was a collective. It was people who painted, people who skateboarded, it was people who rapped, it was people
and you
who
were on
dressed.
your Pretty Boy Fly model shit,
For
and
sure.
It was all very different.
But they all was fly though. Everybody was fly. I'm gonna just keep it a buck with you, everybody. With Ferg, we was in a group. This is when Gap was out, and Gap had some shit called Red, R, and the N sign, and D. I wanted to put, we was called ASAP Red. ASAP Rocky and D Ferg. The R is for Rocky and the D is for D Ferg. This is before I made everybody change their name to ASAP Ferg, ASAP Rocky, and so on and so forth. Ferg started making t-shirts and belts. Ferg used to, his best friend really was Jay West. Jay West is a painter and an artist. He draws, and he lived not too far from here. We was in a duo. We was going crazy. We was rapping all together. Nas was with us sometimes, but it was really me and D Ferg. He was making belts and t-shirts, and he sold belts to Swiss Beats and Jim Jones. It was like, I don't want to rap no more. And like me and Barry outside his apartment, like outside his house, begging him, like, bro, come on, bro. Like, he like, nah, bro, I got tunnel vision. You do that shit. Like, da, 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 da. A year later, I get signed. Now I'm ASAP Rocky. You feel me? And opposed to him being my partner, now he my artist. And so I'm guessing he always felt like he was in my shadow, or like I was big homie, and that's not the case. Even if the shoe fit, wear it. Like, but at the same time, I was none of them niggas lost. Mm-hmm. I never wanted to.
And you never treated him like that?
Never. I was their brother. So, for Ferg to wait till before the first day of my trial to be in the interview talking about he dropped his name. You been dropped your name from Ferg, but when I look on Apple Music, it still say ASAP Ferg. When I look on Spotify, it still say ASAP Ferg. When I still look on Instagram, it say ASAP Ferg. So why you in interviews going so hard about how you dropped your name?
Right.
Betrayal.
He not lying on that.
He sound hurt by that shit.
I don't really like how he kind of glossed over the fact like of ASAP Yams and shout out to the OG Chase Infinite, how they were like they banished everything. So I don't really like how he just like glossed over that. Kind of took credit for everything, but whatever.
Yeah, he was just like, I made them put ASAP. I was
bro.
the RZA of the shit. You feel me?
Yeah. Nah,
I'm sure
man.
it was a collective effort, dog. You know what I'm saying? Like he did frame it like he was the boss, but then he at the same time said, I didn't want to be a boss. But you just said, I made them change their name. You know what I mean? I thought of this, I thought of that. You feel me? So that was kind of a interesting piece in that. You know what I mean? But what do y'all think about the dynamic he playing that Ferg kind of owes him? Did it seem like that to you, that he thinks like Ferg kind of owes him a debt almost? You feel me?
I don't feel like he owes him, but I don't know. I feel like it sounds like he's coming from like a hurt angle of like, damn, you decided to pull this, I guess right before the things were going to shake up in the media too. It kind of looks like that. Like, oh, you're claiming you dropped this name right when I'm about to go to shit, which, you know, people would be like, well, he got to protect himself. Yeah, I wasn't really on that. But I do think it sounds like what I got from his perspective was like he was thinking like business minded when it came to like, yo, we need to capitalize off of this. And like I just remember being younger, like in middle school and shit, and people be like, yo, ASAP this, ASAP, like this is what they rocking. Like they literally were known for like, yo, this is the swag, this is what they're popping out with. Like literally people will bump into ASAP outside because they will be all around the city. So he wasn't lying about that part. And I do see like how, hey, if you have this entrepreneurial spirit and everyone else is not taken to it, like, I mean, honestly, if you just growing up in New York or growing up anywhere, some people get stuck in there and they never think outside of the box. So I could understand where he's coming from. Like I was trying to get them to see like, yo, we could really capitalize off of this. Like people's already fucking with us. People who's online saying ASAP mob for no reason. They not even a part of the mob for real. Like, you know what I'm saying? So let's make money off of this. Let's get the motion for real. And I think the key part of that story too for me was when he said like, yo, he was on some I'd rather do the fashion. And you could tell they always leaning into different parts of just like entertainment, fashion, culture, all that. So that part of the story, like I guess Ferg will have to confirm, but I could see, yeah, bro, you kind of missed out on that perfect opportunity to come forth as like, nah, we brought this to the table. And, you know, being signed as an artist after, I'm sure it's like his biggest regret, like, fuck, I should have been there. He was literally, you know what I'm saying, whether or not that part is true, like I should have been in that, show up for that moment. And you know, just talking to underground artists too, you hear about like, yo, we got a group, should be going like this. Now everybody wants to think like that. Nobody knows what goes into like actually recording. Nobody wants to bring the money when it's time to book the studio sessions. Like so many different layers to it that, you know, but I do think like, hey, give credit to saying like we all came up with the phrase. Like even if you were the first one to say, yo, we should do ASAP, they all had to agree to making they name that. So everybody should get the credit of like, we band this together. And yeah, you could say like, hey, you know, I was the person to be like, yo, let's make the money, but don't say two different things. Cause you know, people are going to take things for what it is.
Right. Do you think given this interview kind of the tone, and this is a clips, I didn't see the whole, you know, hour interview or whatever. But do you think just with these clips circulating kind of the tone, is there like a chance for the mob, minus one person? We know one person ain't but y'all think it might be a chance for reconciliation? You feel me?
Your mic's kind of low. Deep pause. Just turn that up.
Oh shit! Let me turn the volume up, man. A little bit better. I was about the same.
About the same.
There's one more thing I can do. Bump it up. About now, a little bit better.
Yeah, you good. Yeah.
All right, cool. Do y'all think it could be a reconciliation?
Yeah.
Like you said, some of them, not all. I do think him and Ferg could pick up
One
the
we
phone.
know ain't coming back. You feel me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Him and Ferg could pick up the phone, man. I do think. I would hope that they went that route before it got to interview, but at the same time, him feeling how he did, like, damn, you chose to do this while I was at a very low moment of my life, probably feels like, why should I owe you the phone call if you already went out in the interview and said what you said? But somebody gonna have to be the bigger person, and I would hope that if they truly feel like, yo, we a brotherhood, we came up, blah blah blah, since youngins to this, that effort would be made.
Right. I agree. I agree. Is that something we want to hear in 2026? Do you think the streets is you know what I mean, one for a ASAP reunion? We all know one kind of shined above the other, at least two of them. You feel me? Is that collective group is something as opposed to maybe a Beast Coast getting back? You know what I mean? Like, is that something they really want to hear? Or could that be successful? You know what I mean?
Ferg is still really dope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, that last album, I wasn't feeling it. You feel me?
Yeah, I was gonna say I fuck
So-
with Ferg OD. I wasn't fucking with that last album at all. I get he was trying to do, like, Metro Boomin did, like, the early, the futuristic summer wave, and it seemed like that kind of trickled into, like, the wave of the year. But I don't know. I was kind of like,
You're talking
nah.
about the one where he painted the cover?
Yeah, I'm about to,
Yeah, matter of fact, I got to pull it up right here. Flip phone.
yeah, flip phone shorty.
Yeah, I actually reviewed that shit. What I give it? A
Oh, I
5
didn't
out of
hear
10?
that.
Yeah, I wasn't crazy over that one, but I'll tell you that still striving, that shit still gets placed to this day. 2017.
Daryl was dope though. That was the first one where he dropped the name, where he dropped ASAP.
Did he really drop it though? How does that work with that whole thing? Like, if you come out as an artist, what you got the ASAP, is it symbolic that he dropped the ASAP and that's still part of his artist name, or how does that work? That's still showing up in so many places. You know what I mean?
I don't know.
Yeah, like I'm imagining that's really tricky when it comes to, like, claiming royalties and shit like that, because you're gonna have to
Right.
go in and change all that shit. And it's not, they make it hard on purpose. I would assume since he got money, figure it out.
Nah, it's pretty easy for publishing. You just have to register it under the same like government like number and shit like that. But yeah, that's relatively easy. But yeah, it's like I'm on Apple Music right now and it's still ASAP Ferg.
Yeah, across
That's
everything.
almost like a trademark or a copyright at this point, isn't it? You feel me?
Yeah, but I
Probably
feel
got
like
that bitch
I've
registered.
seen on like Spotify it's changed the Ferg. So I don't know. Yeah, I don't know that.
Yeah.
Shit's like when
And I also don't, like, I don't know. It's just, it's I guess annoying because it's like you guys want to get your money, but you're not doing the things you're supposed to be doing to make sure you're getting the things on the back end. And if it's easy, then do it. You know what I'm saying? But then we hear these stories years later. Oh, I actually wasn't getting paid because I switched to Ferg and nobody told me that I had to go do this quick, easy thing online or whatever the case was. You know what I'm saying? So we better not hear nothing about, oh, yeah, that kind of fucked me up, blah, blah, blah.
are you complaining? Are you running Twitter instead of doing your business? You know,
Literally.
maybe more on that later. But any last thoughts on that topic? You know? All right, let's pull up this new joint. We got Tyga's back. I know everybody excited, man. Hey, calm down, y'all. You feel me? I know we got big Tyga fans in here, but he just dropped a new project with that 80s type style that Phoenix Flexing just tried to do with the Starface project, leaning heavy into the 80s synth textures. How do we separate the aesthetic choice from the authenticity debate? A lot of people are saying that are ringing the AI flag. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to play a little bit of this. Hopefully we don't get hit.
Why you cold? Left me out here standing on my own.
There you go. 18 seconds of the 80s aesthetic he's got. He flipped his sound apparently. So first, I guess the big elephant in the room, dog, AI.
Yeah, it's so fucking obvious. Like
Well, no, he said it was. He came
only
up,
after he got exposed.
yeah, it's obvious, but I mean, he just said it. He did that, like, he did that old ass Facebook bullshit where he's talking about it's the future. You can't run away from it.
Yeah, and like it's like okay, Gramps, like please, if that was the case, you would have led with, "Hey guys, I'm dropping this project. It is, AI producer, whatever the fucking the case is." But he didn't say anything until everyone was accusing him of it, and that creator that I guess they're saying he officially exposed Phoenix Flex with the Rubber song. He also said, yeah, that Tyga shit was on Treblo or whatever the fuck it is. So, I'm like, it's not that you're embracing it. You were trying to see if you could get away with it, just like everyone else does. And it sounds so obviously like, hey, I'm like, Tyga, come on, bro.
I mean, in his defense, there's like nothing he could have possibly done to like make his reputation any worse. So it's kind of like, fuck it, might as well use AI. I've done worse.
That's terrible. I'll play the video y'all gave in reference about the whole AI allegations. It's pretty much like I said, after this came out, I think that's.
Hey, I just want to let you guys know, Tyga's new Starface 80s music, he is generating it fully with Treblo as well. Yeah, I mean, we saw him link up with Phoenix and put him on the Treblo.
She want money and affection.
If you're ever curious if a song is AI, you can just go use my friend Rosh's AI detection model on Instagram, and it is trained on Treblo outputs. It's trained on Suno, it's trained on Udio. It can tell you if something's AI and where it came from. Interestingly, Empire is also releasing Tyga's music for some reason. So yeah, I don't know. It smells weird. I think that Empire might be involved with Treblo itself somehow. But I don't think that what these people realize is AI music detection is already here, and it's very effective, and it's about to be used to detect and publicly label what is and isn't AI on streaming platforms. So we're all going to have the clarity and the transparency we need. They're not going to be able to lie about it much longer. Yeah, I don't think they realize what's coming and like the damage they might be doing to their credibility. But have a nice day.
Does Tyga and Phoenix Flexing have credibility? I don't think.
Phoenix Flexing, I mean Tyga, yeah, no, but Phoenix Flexing was in Shoreline Mafia, so they were relatively big, so he didn't need to do this shit. He didn't need to do this.
Yeah, and I reviewed their last. I liked it. I liked that last Shoreline Mafia project. You know what I mean? It was pretty dope with the samples, the way they flipped them 80s samples and shit. Like, why not stick to that? Why try to make 80s music? And that's another thing, too. What do y'all think about this 80s aesthetic? Are they just trying to play into the nostalgia? Is that even a dope sound to y'all?
Yeah, it's another nostalgia run. Last year was, what, early 2000? Now it's 80s. What they gonna do fucking next year? 50s and shit? Like, I don't even know. Like,
I hope not.
It's gonna be real scary.
Jeez.
Yeah, man. I really don't get that why they chose to focus in on the 80s sound, particularly since you have a whole decade of 80s music you can listen to. Why am I gonna bypass the Timbs to buy the lugs, bro? Like, why would I do that? You know what I'm saying? Why would I listen to AI generated versions of songs when there are 10 years of 80s music I can listen to right now that are better than this bullshit? Which this thing is just drawing from that and taking it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, it's grifting shit. They're trying to make money, and that's why they're lying about it.
Yeah, I feel like some of them are getting a little incentive. Like, hey, if you produce a project or a song and it goes viral, you'll get this little extra check, or you get out of your contract faster. Some shit, the way it's being pushed, and it's certain people. It's like, yeah, they knew Tyga was a little desperate, so it's like, yo, bro, go ahead, see what happens.
Suno as a whole is called the Spark program. They have it. They're giving out grants to artists, where they give you a grant. You have to basically like put out music made with Suno, promote it, and you have to disclose it's from Suno. also. So like you can't like lie and say it's not Suno. But yeah, they're giving people whole grants to do that.
Yeah, no, that's crazy. It's really tides are changing. It started with that girl with that R&B song. Actually, it started with the Will Smith fucking AI video, AI slot. But as far as the music, there was that girl. She made some AI song.
Oh,
This
the
black
R&B.
woman.
Yeah.
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 You seen that interview?
Yeah, and she was trying to fucking
Stupid. She's stupid. I'm
defend
sorry.
that shit.
I
Like,
hate to
bro.
say that, but
Oh no, it's true. It's true.
idiot.
Oh my goodness. And it's like, why not just write music for actual artists and give it to them? Because that her thing was she was a writer, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, literally.
I mean, wasn't really that good of a writer. So, uh,
Yeah, I mean, how hard is it to write a R&B song? I don't know. I don't know, not to downplay it, but it's, I love you and I miss you and come back, baby, type shit, and call it a day. But yeah, I think they just trying to legitimize it. Like, they can't just put AI music out there and then just have the market flooded with it, right? I think it's like a slow burn, right? Get people used to it, slow roll out, a little bit here, a little bit there. It's not for us; it's for the next generation, right? To the point where they may not give a fuck when by the time they get of age. You know what I mean? So I think that's part of what this is. But I do think that it's a reason why you have like a Tyga and a Timbaland. It's like people that are maybe on the decline or maybe hadn't had a hit in a while. You know what I'm saying? Do we actually think a major artist who's at the top of their game gonna still do this, or do y'all think that's a possibility? You feel me?
I mean, Tiger, yeah, he's nobody gives a fuck about him. Timbaland wasn't. I don't know if I would say he was on the decline necessarily. Like this shit destroyed his reputation. Like this did. He can never recover from this shit.
Yeah, nah.
And he wasn't really at that point before. Like he was kind of like, I don't know. He was like weird. He had the whole like steroids thing going on, but other than that, like he's, if he produced like some dope shit, like nobody would really, now it's like that. Like I heard some of that Chloe shit, and it's like I don't know how much of that is really him.
Right.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
he fucked up. Like nobody was like checking for him in that sense of like trying to like every time you post something, I'm gonna come at you. Now it's like, nah, you better not open your mouth.
He's relevant in the worst way.
Mm-hmm. Well, actually, you know what? I'll tell you, Timbaland did it, and then sorry to say it, but Drake did too, where he did like the AI pop on the record in the disc.
Yeah, people shit on him for that though.
Yeah, they did, but I'm saying like he wasn't even like in the terms of like he wasn't even like at the point where like Tyga is, and still decided to like, oh, let me test the waters with this. Like,
yeah, he wasn't doing no shit like this.
Like,
Yeah.
it's like
Y'all think
they
it's
was
different when a
testing it
producer
out.
do it as opposed to like a rapper? You feel me?
No,
Is that
they
the
all
difference?
wrong. They
No, I
all
think that's trash. Make your own fucking beats. Because that's what they did with the Phoenix Flexion shit. Like they made the beat with AI and then they did the vocals over it with AI. So
Terrible. Terrible. What do you think the future? Do you think there's any validity to the future is going to be AI? Will it eventually be accepted? What's your thoughts on that, man?
not from what I see now. I see people trying, but it's not boding well for them.
Yeah, I hope it's one of those like tech flops where it's like, hey, it'll be a tool that people may have, but not something that people want to use or see for like creative stuff. Like you can even tell in music videos too, people are trying to use it for like background, like actors and shit like that. And it's like, no, that person has an extra finger. Like we're paying attention. So I do think at this point, yeah, label it. Let us know it's AI before we even have to like put that disclaimer. and see how many people really want to consume that. There are people, unfortunately, that do like that kind of shit. Like there's TikTok accounts literally just making AI shit, and people are liking, engaging, all that shit. So, but I do hope for when it comes to music, people hold strong and like, nah, we not fucking with that.
Yeah. I think it's a little bit something different with music where like the authenticity, people are really crave authenticity, right? You get to the point too, and then music also has to be at a certain point performed it live, right? Hopefully, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? So that's the part that's gonna fuck people up. When you try to do exclusive AI, all your shit is AI, and then you show up to these concerts sounding like shit. That's, you know what I mean? That's gonna be a big thing at that point. So I think
Because
that's the
that's
big
where
one.
most of the money is.
Yeah.
First of all, you're not getting money, like niggas don't get money off streaming like that, bro. Like,
Yeah.
so you can't perform ever because you're making all your shit in AI. Like, you're fucked. There's no point. There's no point in making music at that
Or you're gonna be a karaoke singer. You go up there and you lip sync the fucking shit. You know what I mean?
point. People not paying for that. Once it becomes known that you're doing that, you're not. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
definitely I feel you on that. Shout out to Red Panda, man. Good to have you in the building, bro. But yeah, I think personally, I think it's like much like they said AI was a bit taking over. Actually, they predicted AI would take over everything pretty much by now. We've seen a lot of things where it's not doing what they predicted. It's not as profitable as they want. It's almost like people trying to get in on the ground floor to like the 2K shit, right? Like you think it's gonna be a big bubble, you hoping that it is, but at the end of the day, particularly with music, authenticity will always win out to me. You feel me? So I don't think the shit going nowhere. You feel me? Any last thoughts, or do you got any prediction on the next artist who gonna pop out with some AI allegations? You know what I mean? Y'all got any suspects over there, y'all?
We gotta see who got something upcoming because I know somebody else is gonna test that shit.
I know Chris Brown did that bullshit with his album. So
Yeah, that shit sounded weird, bro. There's some tracks on there. I was like, But you know
that's all
what?
I'm
It's
saying.
kind of a loophole in there where if you AI your own voice rather than, you know what I mean? So I'm like, is that is that against the rules? You see, who was it? AZ? What are you trying to do with the video shit? Where you trademark your own image or something like that? What are you trying to do? I was trying to do
Yeah,
something with it.
you get it's kind of like royalties. You know what I'm saying? Like when somebody uses you can either protect your likeness from being used by someone else, or you get paid when someone else uses your likeness. Whether it's your voice, your your image, whatever. So
Yeah, might as well protect yourself in the future. If you know that shit coming, they gonna use you and put you in videos. I really don't like the shit when they put like, passed on artists, dead artists in fucking
yeah, it's
situations like
nasty.
that. Yeah, it's super nasty work.
They did that with Rich Homie Vaughn.
Yeah. Red Panda said, and to echo my sentiment, we may not like it, but your grandkids will. Hey, teach them little motherfuckers better than that. Don't you
Yeah,
come in with no
yeah.
AI music.
AI is not going to be the future, bro. AI is going to be part of the future for sure. So it's part of now, but AI is not going to be the future. Like that's very like you're overstating it, saying that. I don't agree with that.
I also think AI is kind of fucking stupid at the end of the day, bro. Like I've tried to do some things, and like you try to tell it to do something, it doesn't do it the same the second time. You still have to go in and change shit and do, you know what I mean? So to me, it still ain't even at that point where you can rely exclusively on AI any fucking way, unless you want your shit to look like shit and sound like shit. You feel me? So that's my thoughts on that joint. Any last thoughts on that? All right. So the next joint we got, if I can pull it up here, Bubsy. We got the Drizzy stimulus package. Let me pull this up real quick. We got the Molly Santana tour that was recently canceled. I believe it's her in that Northwest or some shit. You feel me? But this is the announcement here. We put up the tweet. Guess the Drizzy stimulus package isn't working no more, huh? Molly Santana tour got canceled. Dude, fuck. So fans and critics are debating whether Molly Santana is failing to capitalize on the attention from her Drake feature or the Drake stimulus narrative itself is outdated. We've seen her streams go way the fuck up. It was kind of interesting that there wasn't a project drop right after that. Do you think she failed to capitalize on that? I do think it was definitely a shot up in her strings. Do you think they kind of fumbled the bag? She fumbled the bag, and it's just part of that. You feel me? What do you think?
You know, I feel like I don't think this is a Drake thing. I do think it's she kind of fucked up in a sense of like I'm looking at her Apple Music right now. She dropped a single apparently in July with somebody else, Shy Cartier. But like maybe she should have had an EP loading or something, you know, getting one of her biggest features of her career so far. I mean, not only Drake, Future as well, and he just dropped a project, so I feel like she could have been kind of just using their momentum as well to help push her. So I'm not. I guess with this tour too, she was like, "Oh, Northwest has like." You know, the Kim K kind of fan base Kanye crossover. So maybe that's an opportunity. But it's like, no, girl, you need to come ready with something for yourself too. Cause like clearly this wasn't enough.
Yeah, I think there was only so much she was ever gonna get from that Drake co-sign. I don't think that was like I don't think that has anything to do with his word having less weight. There's no overlap between her and Drake. There's nobody that's gonna go and listen to a Drake album, hear her, and then want to listen to her music. Her music is like super young people shit. You know what I'm saying? That's almost like if Nas puts out a new album and he gets net spend on it.
Please don't do that.
Yeah, no,
You get what I'm saying? There's no overlap whatsoever. So it's kind of like that. That's gonna make people want to go and listen, but nobody's gonna stay because that's not the type of music that you know.
yeah. No, I think she definitely needs to just like drop her own shit and show people like, yo, this is what I'm about. Because I feel like that is just literally the last thing. Like Drake did what he was supposed to. He gave you opportunity. You gotta capitalize off of it.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard her shit. She just doesn't make that type of music like anywhere in the universe is what Drake makes. So it's just like I don't even know why he got her on the album, really. But
you know why? He heard the buzz. The boy always he be hearing, oh, what's hot? Okay, bet. Let me add that to my shit. I mean, I agree. I think that he definitely does. Like people are like, oh, it's a Drake seamless. He's helping this artist, but it helps him too because they're like, oh shit, he got the new sound with him. Like that's lit. You know, let me go check that out.
I don't see it with like McConan because it's like he would like adopt like a little bit of that, or Migos and people like that. But this is kind of like I don't see how he could get anything from this.
It's kind of relevancy, right? If you're collaborating with the younger generation, you're kind of seen as relevant. We see a lot of older rappers kind of fade out because they're not. And Future's good at this too. Future was collaborating with Uzi when he was kind of on the uprise, and a couple of more people, right? He was doing EPs and shit with them. This is kind of Drake's way of being 40 but not being 40, right? I'm gonna do these collabs with these young people and keep my name out there and whatever, right? So I think that is a strategy of his. It's smart. You feel me? We can argue about the ethicalness of it, but it's a smart thing to do. Keep your name buzzing with the younger generation.
I mean, she wasn't at like the forefront. I mean, she's like there's people that are like making a lot more noise. Like, what's the name? Like Baby Osama, and people like that. You know what I'm saying? So
but she had more followers. She had more listeners than Baby Osama. She really did. Yeah, like if you go on Spotify.
No, I'm saying now because
even before then she was on. She brought out Baby Osama went on that Lollapalooza, whatever, the Rolling Loud stage before her. She was in the daytime. Molly Santana hit the main stage at 7 p.m. dog.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Baby Osama. It was still light out. It was hot. Flies was buzzing. You know what I mean? They had her out there in the daytime. Molly Santana had the main stage at like 7 p.m. dog. That shit was crazy. So I think she is a bigger artist, but I mean, as far as the sound, I agree with that part. It don't sound. I listen to some of shit. It don't sound shit like anything Drake would be on. So I don't really get that correlation outside of I need to buzz with the young people. You feel me?
Yeah, this just didn't. I don't think it pays off for either, except him giving her money for paying her.
But what I don't get is the Northwest collab. Like, does she have any fucking music out, bro? She like 13, ain't she? You know what I mean?
I think so.
I think she has something with Kanye on Kanye's like project or something. But I guess maybe more so their fan bases will link up. I never really listened to anything or decide to say let me listen to Northwest. So
yeah, I don't know who's going and buying tickets to a Northwest show, and I really don't want to know.
Yeah,
I feel like that's for the proper authorities. For the proper authorities to know.
Because my Santana, I think she's a fucking adult, ain't she? Was she like 20, 21?
Is she?
Yeah.
I actually thought she was like fucking 16 or some shit. That ass. Oh shit, she is 21. I thought she was I thought she was a fucking child.
That's why it don't make sense. This collab should never have happened. What are you doing? You know what I mean? Like child labor laws, all types of fucking problems with this. I don't understand why you were trying to tour with fucking Northwest. Like, what was going through your mind? I don't get it.
See, I think the team don't know what to do with her. The team don't know what to do with Molly. Sound like.
Oh, I mean, North barely has any songs, almost no market pool. She should enjoy her childhood.
She has that song with James Blake, which is cool.
Who, Molly?
Northwest, but it's on Kanye's album.
You should probably be on a watch list if you're buying tickets to see a 12-year-old perform.
Exactly. The fuck is wrong with you?
I agree, dog. Hey.
I'll be back in like 7 years.
There's gonna be a lot of pressure on that young lady. Like, you fucking Kanye West child. It might not even be the best thing. It's like Michael Jordan's sons, right? It's like no matter what you do on the basketball court, you ain't gonna never be fucking Michael. You can't live up to your father's legacy, right? LeBron James' sons. I think that kind of sucks. Like, does that translate to music? Do you think it's gonna be like crazy pressure on that kind of topic? You know what I mean? Do you think music might be the best lane for it even going to? No, comment at once.
Wait. Or is it just me or something?
You can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Oh, okay, cool. But do y'all think that's a good lane for them going to, or should she fucking do some other shit? Go be in fashion or something. You know what I mean? Like,
someone said it there. They was like, "Go be a kid." Just tell them, go be.
Stop making music.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's good. That's crazy to say, but it's like, stop. Go do something else.
Like Roblox, bro. Ain't some Roblox out here?
Yeah. Well, I don't know about Roblox. I don't know about Roblox. They got some. It's gonna be the same people that's coming to those concerts.
Bro, that whole thing about Roblox was crazy. The whole IT security department, they not secure. They ain't running background checks.
That's terrible. What do we think the future holds for Molly Santana, man? Is she gonna, stay in her relative lane? Do you think it's gonna be some mainstream success headed for her way? What do y'all think, bro?
You know what I'm saying? I don't know. That's all I really heard. So
too early.
Hannah Montana I can't go off of that. I'm gonna have to check out her other shit. But I think right now her biggest thing is like she needs something. She needs an EP or something or some mixtape. Give us something. Like, make sure that you don't leave this year without like, hey guys, this is me post Drake, whatever the fuck. This is what I sound like. Tap into me as an artist, Whether you want to lean more into making collabs with rappers of his cadence, or you want to just show like, hey, I'm more than just what you heard on Ran to Atlanta?
She might be feeling that pressure then.
Yeah, I think that's real too. It's like, what you gonna drop after that? But she honestly, she really just hyped up the song too. You know, it wasn't like no ground shattering bars and nothing. It was just like she added the swag to the song. You get me?
Yeah, but it's just so many eyes on her now that it's kind of like she might be feeling that pressure of like, oh, I gotta make like more polished music or like just a different style of music now.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And you know them Kendrick stands is waiting for the fumble. They waiting.
I was wondering, shit. I wonder when she even recorded this one with him, because you know, Iceman was supposed to come out a long time ago. So I'm like, well, girl, if you knew this one was in the vault at some point, you should have had something in your vault too. Like, boom, when that come out, 2 months, whatever time later, I'm dropping this. But then it's like, even if she did have that, it's like she probably like, does it even make sense now?
Yeah, Kendrick stands definitely preying on her downfall because they be fucking with what's the name, Overcast. It's like dude just gave him beats. Like what are you like attacking him for? What the fuck?
Both camps, man, be on some weird time, bro. Like real shit. But yeah, I don't like you said. Back to your point, Lee. Like if I knew they didn't record this on a Tuesday and drop it on a Friday, right? You should have had an EP fired up, ready to go, if not a full project. I don't get that part. If you know months ago that this is gonna be on the album, the biggest artist pretty much in the United States, if not the world, one of them, why the fuck you didn't have something fired up, ready to go? Shit, I'd have played off the shit. Huh?
Not always the case. Like sometimes shit gets scrapped. So
Yeah, I still would have had one ready. If it's a possibility, if this much possibility, I might be on a Drake track. I'm finna be in the booth. I'm gonna have something ready to go. You know what I mean? That's just me. I even played off the song. What is it? Ran from Atlanta, back from Atlanta. Goddamn, that's the EP. Back from Atlanta. Goddamn.
You know what I'm saying?
You gotta strike while the iron hot around this bit. But any last thoughts on this joint? All right.
I'm gonna give her a chance if she drops something. We just gonna have to see what happens.
I heard some shit. It's not for me, but I wish you the best of luck. You know, it's a little too synthy for me. A little too rolling loud. Yeah, I'm
I fuck with rolling loud now.
If nothing else, I'm rolling to the crash dummy this week. Drum roll, please.
Hey, Darren.
All right, this week, crash dummy of the week, we got Sydney Chicken coming home to roost star. If you got grandparents from the South back in the day, they got that phrase that the chicken's coming home to roost. This is what that is to me. As we know, the controversy probably about 15 years ago, maybe even 20 years ago with Chingy, where he was, rumored, or they put out, the Sydney Star person put out this rumor that they were in a relationship, which at the time, like the transgender thing was just coming on board and it was not seen as coof, particularly in the hip hop community, which caused a detriment to Mr. Chingy's career. He even credited him, or I seen his documentary where he credited to pretty much, tanking his career at that time, right? Fast forward to 2026, we have an arrest. Sydney Star, alleged victim said he was 18 before the hotel encounter. An open condom reportedly fell from Sydney Star's clothing. It's supposed to detain her at a Georgia hotel. An open condom reportedly fell from Sydney Star's clothing while police searched her during her arrest at the Georgia hotel. Transgender Love and Hip Hop New York alum was arrested August 7th in charge, bold letters, with sexual battery against a child under the age of 16. I'm not even going to read the details about this, but it is nasty time, right? On top of that, you're talking about a 37-year-old person messing around, and somebody tells you they're 18, and then when in 10 minutes you're going to a hotel room to do whatever with them. That in itself is some freaked out shit. But of course, the law prevails. The one time I'm rooting for the police because this was some nasty ass shit. And on top of that, that whole thing about you tanking Chingy's career, the universe is undefeated. Karma comes back. When you lie on somebody and ruin their career, it's only so long before you have that same backlash come against you. And to me, this is one of those situations, right? So this is I think a lesson for a lot of people out there. When you fuck around, sometimes you find out, right? And this is one of those fuck around and find out moments. But for this whole incident, Sydney Star, you got to get the big old car crash, and good luck in jail.
He needs like a car pile up after, like, even on like, you know, the ladies that watch baddies would show up to the show uninvited and embarrass herself. So just very much giving stalker, would be like, I need to be on this show. Like, no one wants to see you. You are weird. And you put the community in danger by creating a lie that, you know, that it's fucked up. You fucked up both sides. Like, you fucked up Chingy's career, and you're also fucking up shit for the community, because then people will be like, oh, well, they feel justified for the nonsense. So I agree. That should be like a 20-car pile up at this point.
That's fucked up too, because Chingy was nothing but like respectful, but he was like he wasn't like on some like weird shit. Like, I don't know this person. I've never like had any interaction with this person, and like nobody believed him. It's fucked up.
Yeah, no, like he could have been like, it could have went left. It could have been a dangerous situation, you know, and he handled it as gracefully as he could have. A lot of people wouldn't have, you know, so.
Yeah, exactly.
But unfortunately, that didn't earn him respect, because it's like he is really like stand up about the shit to this day.
I mean, he spoke out on it, but he still, Chingy is not that super confrontational like that. You feel me? So he's kind of real spiritual too. You feel me? So I'm sure he probably looking at this like, I knew that shit was gonna come, but yeah, man, that's this whole story. If you actually read the article, that's some nasty, that's some freaked out. Even if like the situation didn't exist, just to be like, the dude walked up, said you was cute, and you asked and say, first of all, if you're 30 something years old, 35 plus, and you have to ask a motherfucker how old they is,
you need to walk away. You shouldn't even open your mouth to ask. Keep it going.
That's it. You know what I mean? So yeah, that whole situation is jacked up. Let me get this shit on my screen. It's nasty. Anyway, man, let's get to some positivity in the world, man. Let's listen to some music. Y'all ready to listen to some music, dog? All right, let's do it. This week we got King Dier, Wish I Knew, coming out of Naptown, Indianapolis, Indiana, for those who don't know. Make sure you guys mute your mics. Let's check it out.
More power to Elo. Elohim, it's a blessing to be a part of. A dying breed, I was conceived with a heart of stone. Felt pity for Peter, say I'd never leave, but then I heard a bird singing. Guess I figured it out, but I doubt you got the best for me. I've been in a drought, it was bound. Open sesame, I'm Oscar the Grouch. Up the road is just a valley, but scattered by all the bones. I walked amongst a shadow with tallies of all my wrongs. And the mirror was a tragedy, flashes of what it cost to be the man that won a battle, but half of myself is gone. I wish I knew. I wish yeah. Did I love you enough? Was it hard to believe? Did I value a perfect world over godly belief? Was it hard for to be acknowledged for squashing the beef? Or was it best to go to college for all to the thing? I wish I knew. gon' keep praying though. Hey. They say it's hard to find me. Granny say keep praying like she praying right behind me. Think I lost my way in life. I toss away at night. I went through trauma, so this bottle kept away in sight. My other life, I miss it. My appetite for women might just be the one that watch your mouth. But never that. Felt the pinch on what it meant to be in bliss, but we ain't matched. Took a hit, but had a gift. I couldn't trip, I never lacked. How you gon' keep the flame? Did it alone. Was hardly 20 on the stage with the pros, but I'm treading water, falling when it barely could float. Cause I'm thinking smaller, pondering, but know I can blow. Just need to go harder. Had a lot to prove. They don't survive where I reside. I seen his eyes, he want his moms to get up out the zoo. It's me though. I had to lock in keto. I told the homie I'll keep going till my heart finito.
There you have it, King Dier, Wish I Knew. And I guess I'll be kicking it off this week. This is one of those weird situations. It was something weird going on with the kind of the mastering. I don't think the bars was pretty decent to me. I think he flowed on that bitch as best as you could. I actually like the first half of the song much better. To me, that beat switch was so fucking unnecessary, and it kind of detract a little bit from me. I didn't like the beat switch at all. To the point where I'm probably gonna go thumbs down just because of that. It was just something. It's just something weird going on with the mastering and sound. I don't necessarily think it's a bad track. I think something's going on with the sound to me, and I can't quite pinpoint it. But I was not a fan of that beat switch in the middle of the song. I was fucking with the first half, even with kind of the weird mastering. But then after that beat switch, it kind of threw me off, man. I didn't like. I think that soul sample was too loud over the fucking vocals and shit like that. So I didn't like that part. So I'm gonna go thumbs down. But I don't think it's a terrible track. I just think it needs to be tweaked a little bit. You feel me? Lee, you up?
Yeah. As far as the beat, I definitely feel like I noticed it a lot more in the first half. I was like, is it off? Like, what's going on? Like I feel like I feel like I could hear like the separation. Like it's not feeling like a blend, but the bars were the bars were not bad. You know what I'm saying? They were there, and I do feel like I like the beat switch more. I feel like I was able, but I do agree as far as it was too loud. It was like, all right, beat switch was good, but let's turn this down a little bit so your vocals can shine. So I agree with you there. But I did like that part. I feel like I was like, okay, it's getting better, because in the beginning I couldn't get over how it sounded at first. And I was like, but let me listen to the bars. And I feel like with that being said, I'll give this one a thumbs up. This one kind of like flipped around last minute for me. And yeah, I went to go follow to see what else there is, because I definitely want to see, like, all right, you got the potential. Let me hear how you sound on maybe even a simpler beat or something that, is just mixed better.
Yeah, definitely. Cloud, man, I've been waiting to hear your opinion on this as the resident.
Yeah, I like this. I like the beat. Do it rap. He was rapping. I just like the whole general direction that he's. I mean, it's my speed though. That's like my type of shit. So, I like the change up at the end. Yeah,
thumbs up.
Not really much critique I have.
Okay, 2 up. I'm only 1 down, so that's mostly up, dog.
No one knows what it means, but it's provocative. It gets the people going.
It gets the people going. So you got mostly thumbs up, man. He said my Sesame Street line was dope. Yeah, the bars was on point to me. I just think the mastering was a little bit off. He does have a project coming out as well, August 17th. I don't have the project pulled up. I'm sorry, I'm blanking on the name. But he has a whole project coming out on August 17th, so hopefully we can get a review up for it. We definitely gonna add this track to the playlist for sure. That's our new thing. So anybody get the mostly thumbs up, we add you to the playlist. We hopefully working on another playlist as well with one of the homies. So hopefully we get that up pretty soon. So we're working. And let me pull up the brother's Instagram, man. Make sure y'all follow him. Always disclaimer every week. Can't judge nobody off the one song, man. The purpose here is for you to check out their entire body of work. See if it's an artist that you may or may not rock with. That's the thing, right? Give everybody a fair shake. So check out King DL representing the Midwest. I probably should give him a thumbs up just because he repping the Midwest. You feel me? Shout out to Indianapolis, born in Detroit. So he definitely one of the guys. But check him out, man, and make sure y'all go check out his music, available on all streaming platforms. And check that new project. I actually put it in the show notes once I pull up the email here. But check out that project dropping in a couple weeks, man. Okay. Any last thoughts on the track or King DL or anything else y'all want to say out there? And make sure y'all get those follows up. I do be checking, bro. 3,000 and did it just go up? 3,001. Let's get it up. I'm gonna check later on, man. Make sure y'all follow the man, all right? And this down. So next topic, bringing up here. Cardi B versus Cameron. Well, not even Cardi B. I ain't gonna say that because Cam's cool with Cardi, but her camp. So let me pull up this right here. Cameron threatens to expose Cardi B's team after unreleased verse. The shelf collaboration left Cameron questioning why Cardi B's team made promises they apparently could not keep. A missing guest verse has turned to a warning for the people working around Cardi B. Cameron says members of her team secured a recording from him by promising that Cardi would later appear on his show, only for the collaboration to disappear from her album in an interview to remain unbooked. Cam addressed the dispute while making a clear distinction between Cardi and the people representing her. He praised her career and noted that she has consistently supported his music. His problem, he explained, is with two individuals on her team who have continued to contact him despite failing to honor an agreement that persuaded him to record the verse. According to Cam, Cardi's representative first approached him 2 or 3 years ago about appearing on a song. Years ago, damn. He appeared on the condition she returned the favor for an interview where her team reportedly assured him that getting Cardi on the show would be simple, so he asked him to reach out again once the album was close to competition.
Speak off with Cardi B management and writing team. And this don't got nothing to do with Cardi B. Cardi B, my sister, I love Cardi B, man. This is really like my sister. We don't see each other that much, but she always show love. She does songs over my beats. I think she's fucking tremendous from where she started to where she's at. That shit needs to be studied. Yo, I love everything about Cardi B. Even before she's a rapper, I love Cardi B. But you got to get the right team around you, man. And what happens is a lot of times you got the wrong people around you. And I'm not saying she doesn't have a good team. I'm just talking about two individuals on her team that was harassing me. And I'm gonna, like I said, it ain't just her team. I'm gonna get the people's team every week. So what happened is maybe 2 years ago, right? I'm chilling, maybe 3 years ago. I don't even remember. Don't hold me to the.
No, stop. But yeah, he pretty much gonna tell the story. I ain't gonna play all of it. Essentially, what do y'all think about the notion? First and foremost, we do know that sometimes verses just don't make it on albums, right? Sometimes you record a verse and that's the end of it, right? What do y'all think about his way of going about the business of calling out the team on his show? Do you think that's a good way to go about his discrepancy in this realm? And he's done this before too. Do y'all think this is a good tactic? You feel me?
I was corny, but I mean, that's what he wants to do. It's corny though.
Yeah, he been kind of on that lane, that corny lane in the last couple. He was on last week saying some crazy shit about people from Africa. Now, I do think this situation, I'm happy he was like, oh, I'm cool with Cardi. This is about these two specific people. But I do think in that same breath, instead of making it a podcast moment, pick up the phone. You say, oh, I don't get to see her like that, blah, blah, blah. Like, find a way to reach out to her. You obviously, if you were to say, hey, team, let me speak to her direct, you seemingly are cool enough with her to like have that conversation. So I do think it should have been just a conversation rather than putting it out here. And maybe he could have just have it be a moment on the pod, like, hey guys, it's important to have good people around you and your team. Like follow through, make it more of a like rather than like, let me use the moment that I don't know, AHA's going up, whatever the case is, to kind of talk and air out his grievances.
I will say in Cameron's defense that Cardi is pretty online a lot, right? Pretty accessible via online, particularly when it comes to negative shit. You know what I'm saying? She respond in a New York minute. So maybe this could be his way of getting through to her. Maybe he has tried to call or had somebody call or something like that and not responding, right? It did work with J. Cole, right? Although that might have been a
I
stunt.
mean,
You feel me? But
bro, she like responds to Akbar Lee every week. Yeah, she would get back to him if he reached out. So
yeah. I agree. What do you think about the notion that because he agreed to do this verse that, he's owed an interview or whatever, right? Even though the verse didn't make the album, apparently, right? Do y'all
Eh,
think that's kind of some foul shit, or what do y'all think about that?
I feel like I mean, you said this earlier, Kyle, as far as like, it's not guaranteed that because you record something, it's going to end up on this artist's final project. You know what I'm saying? So I guess he felt like that was needed, but if you didn't put it in writing in the contract, then it can't be upheld. Like you should have been like, "Hey, I'm doing this song for you. At minimum, I require an interview." You know what I'm saying? If that's you want to barter like that, do that. But I feel like you can't. You asking for something that maybe she decided to remove you off because she didn't like what you were saying on this very same podcast. She was like, "All right, bro, I can't be affiliated right now in the line. Even if I'm cool with you, I can't be cool with you like that." I don't know, but I'm just saying, like, what, at this point, what are you gonna do about it? Exactly what you do now, which is cry about it.
yeah, that's the thing. If it's not in a contract and a verse doesn't come out and you recorded the verse, you should be like happy if you were paid for it. But if you weren't paid for it and it doesn't come out, but you did it anyways, and it's not in writing, and it's like there's no obligation to because it didn't come out. You know what I'm saying? That shit happens all the time.
Yeah.
But that's why you get shit in
Couldn't
writing,
even have
bro.
exactly. Couldn't even have written in like either interview or in 2 years if you know what I mean, you owe me this amount of money. You know what I mean? Could even put it like
Yeah.
that. Do you think that's uncouth? Because they're supposed to be cool, right? They're supposed to be tight. Would you do that to somebody you're tight with? Let's just say, Lee approached Clouds like, all right, I'm peering your woo, right? Would you then like sue Lee or some shit? Do you think it's uncouth to ask for an interview or something in writing if you're supposed to be cool with somebody? Like, do that street shit kind of apply? The handshake? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, if I did something for you and you didn't use it, um, I think that's perfectly reasonable to be like, yo, remember when I did that thing for you? Like, I know you didn't like use it for anything, but like, you think you could look out like for if I need you for something, you know what I'm saying? Like that's a reasonable ask. Um, if it's not writing, if it is, then yeah. But I don't think that's unreasonable.
What do you think, Lee?
It's just how he's going about it. It's how he's going about it.
What do you think about Lee? You asking Cloud for a contract if y'all do agreement, or you going by the handshake? You know what I mean?
I think it's the way he went about it. Like, I feel like, there are times where we're like, okay, I'm gonna trust this person to do a handshake because this is somebody, that they're credible and I can trust myself. But you gotta know there's a risk with the handshake. You know what I'm saying? Like things happen, something could come up for that person, and like if it's really serious, put it in writing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like take your business serious, take your collaboration serious. If you feel like, hey, this is supposed to have some monetary gain, that if I feel like I quote unquote miss out on, I'll feel like I will feel away or whatever the case is. Then do your due diligence, you know what I'm saying?
And what's an interesting thing in there too, because he said about 2 or 3 years ago this was agreed. Like, was that podcast even popping 3 years ago?
Oh shit! I don't. When did he actually start? Everybody popped up post COVID and shit.
Yeah, so I'm not even sure if I definitely know it wasn't on the level that it was now 2 or 3 years ago. You know what I'm saying?
Let me see when he started.
So maybe that was like a situation where it's like, all right, I'm gonna help you get on, put your shit onto the map. You've already kind of on the map, so maybe she feel like that obligation out there. And I'm just throwing some shit out there. You know what I mean? That if that's the case, that this was recorded 2 or 3 years ago, like you said, was your podcast even popping like that? So maybe it was a situation where it's like, all right, I'm not even sure you're gonna start the shit up. It could have been like pre-agreeing to the shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Apparently he started, the first one was like November 2022. So yeah, about that timeline 4 years ago. Because he said, "Don't hold me to the timeline. Unc could be talking about the beginning." Like,
Yeah. You know, Cameron probably don't remember the exact dates. So. Do you think Cardi gonna respond? Is it gonna be an internet response? Is it gonna be bigger than what it is, or is it just gonna be, you know what I mean? Some throwaway shit. What do y'all think?
I feel like
It's gonna be something. I don't think so.
she'll probably go on live if he if she felt the way about it. But I feel like she may just be like, "Yo, Cam, I ain't even." She claims that she's the type to pick up the phone first, and if it don't work out, then she gonna be loud about it on the internet. So hopefully they can go the phone route first, and then go from there. Because I know she's very much like, if somebody say my name, I'm going to respond if I feel like it's worth setting the record straight.
Yeah, she might pop up tonight, midnight in the bonnet. Cam, can I tell you how
She loved it live or Twitter Spaces.
Smoking a square in the bed, talking shit about Cam. We'll see. We'll be stay tuned. Any last thoughts on this joint, man? All right, let's pull up the next joint we got here, man. This lady's been all over the internet, but I'm not even gonna focus on the beef angle. We're gonna do something a little different. But Nicholas Craven really put a so Ren, producer who's produced for like West Side Gun and stuff like that, she put this tweet out there. Do y'all really think rappers review a beat and go, nah, she got that sample from YouTube, I can't rap on that? LMAO, like, you sound dumb as fuck. And then Nicholas Craven responded, I should never sent you that GoFundMe bread. That was kind of petty, bro. So we got the CD exchange here. She's arguing about rappers pretty much making the thing was going on. I seen on Twitter at least that people using samples from YouTube samples rather than like maybe the traditional, digging the crates. You still digging the crates, Cloud? You still finding vinyls?
Yeah, I got a stack of vinyls right next to me. I use well, I'm not going to say what I use, but I don't use YouTube.
No, okay.
So,
what do you think about the whole scenario of using YouTube samples as opposed to the traditional finding obscure samples? Because people used to they used to be like a thing of pride to find these loops and samples and these hidden soul records and shit like that. What do you think about this new?
Nobody has pride in that shit anymore. That's just like a whole. I love that shit. That shit's fun to me. But like I have like so much shit that like you can't find on YouTube. But yeah, people just don't. Producers these days don't talk about any of that. So I don't care like where the next person is getting their samples or whatever. But I feel bad because a lot of people are missing out on the experience, you know what I'm saying? Of like finding something and being like, nobody knows what this is. Nobody else can find it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think you figured it out. But is there like as far as like the legality of it, is there like a difference if you find a soul sample supposed to find some shit off YouTube or some shit like that? Anything involved with that?
No, it's pretty much along the lines of if it's a popular sample, you're more likely it's gonna pop up on somebody's radar, and even then, it's like if you're an independent artist, you can slide, but yeah, it's like a good example. I'll give a gem away. Like a lot of Soviet Union era samples, like records that were made under the government of the Soviet, which doesn't exist anymore. So all those like copyrights are gone. So it's like you can sample all that shit and you never have to worry about clearing anything. It's shit like that. That's like you would never know that if all you're doing is just going on YouTube and like this is shit that you find like library music is another thing that's like people aren't gonna know about shit like that. There's just it's a whole world, bro. Like just like grabbing like low hanging fruit is robbing himself. You know what I'm saying? So, um, his argument though was like the sound quality, which is like I don't really like understand that because like first of all you should be running samples through like a processing chain, which would like change the quality and like the texture and all that anyways. But yeah, so I don't really like agree with him on that. But yeah, I'm not like really pro YouTube shit.
Is it like does it feel like some gatekeeping type of shit, some elitist type of shit? Like there's like the old guard, you know what I mean? That traditional sampling as opposed to this new guard. Could it be construed as something where it's like old school versus new school? You know what I mean? Or could it be like some elitist like, oh, I find the most obscure samples from, you know what I mean? Do you think they would feel like that, these new producers? You feel me? Like fuck that. Fuck what you talking. You know what I mean?
No, because that's I don't think that's elitist because that's like you like collect anything at all? Like you collect like have you ever like grown up like collecting cards and shit like that?
Yeah, like baseball cards and basketball cards, shit like that.
Yeah, so it's like that feeling when you just have something. Like I don't think that makes you like elitist, but it's like just having something where it's like only 1,000 of these are made. But with the music aspect, it's like I'm gonna take this like super rare thing and make something with it that people enjoy, people fuck with. It's just it's hard to explain. It's hard to explain.
I feel like there's levels to it, and I feel like you gotta respect the motherfuckers that take that vinyl and craft something out of it, right? There's levels to it. It's like, you know what I'm saying? Like the motherfucker that could take the vinyl and do that can also take a YouTube sample and make but I don't think it goes both ways. The person that's pulling the YouTube may not be able to do the vinyl press. So I'm like,
yeah.
You gotta respect the lanes. And I do think if people try to diminish the value of it, I don't think it's fair. I do think it's like, yeah, this is the new way of doing things, but you gotta respect the OG way because it's just. I feel like it's it's endless with the creativity there, and it's like, not to go on a tangent, but levels to the shit.
Yeah, and people are doing the whole it being like classist. People are being classist. Not everybody can afford vinyl. It's like, bro, I've gotten like Cyrita. I don't know if you know who Cyrita is. I've gotten like Cyrita records in like the dollar bin.
Yo, literally, I went to fucking Philly the other day. They had a whole dollar bin of shit. I'm like, what? These like legendary artists. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm sorry. Go to the record shops too that are owned by others because they don't see the value in our shit, so they be lowballing the fucking. Oh yeah, I don't know who this guy is. Just $1. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting all the steals.
Yeah, like I found a Sheena Easton record for like $2, which is it has fire on it. Like so I don't really like get that. Because it's like people would spend all this money on weed and shoes. So it's like to do the whole like, oh, people are like being classist. It's like, no, you have like what useless things are you spending money on that you could be buying a fucking like a whole stack of vinyl, which will probably last you like a year. You know what I'm saying? So I never bought that.
Don Julio and hoes, man. That's what they spend. But yeah, I think that as far as that's concerned, like, do you think people are still like looking up those obscure samples anymore, right? I know if you tune into Rock the Bells or some shit like that, if you got Shade 45, they do this thing called Salute the Sample, right? And it's very interesting because they'll play a record that you've heard 50 million times, and then they'll play like the original record that they sampled it from. And it's very informative, yo, the way some of these people can flip those samples and make it sound something completely different. Do y'all think the average consumer gives a fuck about that type of shit, to be able to discover old music or the sample? You know what I mean?
For the most part, no. That's like a art thing. That's like a, you know, being between like producers and like people that are really like into that type of shit. I don't think like the average person really fuck about any of that, but it's you know, that don't mean like we don't.
Yeah. Like some of our least viewed articles are the hip hop history ones outside of a couple of them, right? And it's like, if I didn't give a fuck about the history, I just would not do the articles of those. But I think that's very important. You know what I mean? I think it's very important to know like the history of where hip hop comes from, or the history of this sample, or listen to this soul record or whatever. I think that's very informative, because that's like the hip hop nerd shit. It's dope though. You know what I'm saying? And
my thing is, me personally, I don't give a fuck like if people are like into that or not. Like they're into like the history, is like into like deconstructing samples. I have an issue when it stops being a thing. When there's no longer people there like documenting shit like that. When it's not available, you know, because that's never going to be like a casual thing, you know what I'm saying? So it's like I don't really like look to like be like a popular thing, but it's when people stop doing it at all. When people stop like documenting history and stop talking about like the 80s, stop talking about the 90s and all that shit, where it's like that's when it becomes a problem. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah. I think we're even getting to the space where like people are sampling sampled records and not even recognizing where the original came from. Like the sample, like so artists a sample Late Night Tip, which is a sample of another, you know, R&B record from the 90s, but now they thinking this is the original record that it's sampled from. We're getting to the part where it's like 7 Degrees of Kevin Bacon type of shit, where motherfuckers can't even recognize the sample of the sample and they'll go back to the original source material.
Yeah, but it's also like Instagram rappers doing that. So I never really see like people that are like actually like credible doing that. But you know, sometimes it does happen. Like sometimes you'll see like a Flo Milli like doing a fucking song over like a Timbaland song from like 2004. I don't know. I don't really fuck with it, but
well, you'll see like a lot of those like pop adjacent, like the Ice Spice fans or whatever. She'll sample like some shit from 2005 that was sampled fucking in 1993. You know what I mean? They think that the original 2005 record was something. You know what I mean? Like that's the weird space, but that's why the history is important to me. You know what I mean? That's where knowing the fucking sample comes from.
Well, that's a producer thing on top of that too.
Yeah.
Keep that in mind.
And but speaking of which, kind of going off the topic a little bit though, what do you think about I know you see some more of her tweets at the range. What do you think about her kind of calling people out and kind of tweeting and beefing on? Do you think even Nicholas Craven, I've seen he do that shit sometimes too. What do y'all think about the producers and stuff like that with like the social media presence that's kind of always kind of talking shit on the internet? You feel me? Or handle business that way.
That's for them to deal with. Like they gotta deal with the burden that comes from that. Like they burn the bridges and shit.
Too much. What they said to Metro? Shut your whole ass up and make some beats.
I ain't saying that, but
I'm not saying that but you know, sometimes when you stare too off, you need to maybe consider that. Like I feel like it's just certain things you gotta like.
If you beefing every week on like Twitter and shit, actually I got a perfect.
You niggas to shut the fuck up.
She's standing up.
I told you niggas to shut the fuck up and get in the fucking booth.
Get in the booth.
Get on Twitter and get in the fucking booth. I don't want to see no more tweets on Elon
I mean, yo, I
Finally
love
get
that
to
fucking clip.
That's how it be sometime, man. Get in the fucking booth.
Yeah, egos is crazy.
Yeah, you get a little traction too. You get a little motion, man. Can't nobody tell you shit, bro.
That shit can go away just as fast. So.
Yeah, top to the bottom, bro. And last but not least, man, let's get to our last topic we got at hand, bro. Let me pull this up real quick. America's Musty. That's an interesting name. Shout out to Flip for being a professional and being a fan of an artist for 20 plus years. You showed up to one of the concerts. There's only like 15 people there. It could be a way of interactive experience. Sounds like a dream concert. So you see in the audience there's it's like 10 Karens, dog, vibing out. You feel me? But salute to Flip too. Keep the show going. The dream concert paradox is the intimate interactive experience of a nearly empty venue. Actually, the ultimate fan purpose as a signal a troubling decline for a legacy artists like a Little Flip who once packed arenas. So what do y'all think? Is this a good look, bad look? What do y'all think about the kind of the sparsely attended concert, you know?
If him not showing up at all, kind of like he gonna fumble the bag. And if at this point, if you need to show up here, and you know, I don't know if it would have been better for him to cancel, but it's just like you might as well go collect whatever money you got, you know. But it is sad, you know, because I guess people are like, oh fuck, like where's the fan base, you know? And I do think for me, I'm like, was there even a promotion for this? Like, this is given like someone's like event they just threw together for the community, you know?
Yeah, I want to say it's a very small town in Louisiana too, so that could
Yeah.
be part of it.
Oh,
I mean, so
in that case, it's like, you know, show up and show out. Shit, fuck it. You know, whoever's there is there.
Yeah, the check clear.
And like, I mean, kudos to him for not being like, "Hey, is this all you got? I'm just gonna leave," you know, because then I feel like it would just look worse on him.
Yeah, I was about to ask where it was because I was gonna say if like this was in like Houston or something like that. That's crazy.
Nah, I forgot the name of the town, but it's a very small town in like Louisiana, in the middle of fucking nowhere.
Yeah, that's. I mean, that is what it is.
Yeah, that makes sense. That's probably how many people live there. Shit, I don't fucking know. Like, these towns get real small, and then they have the houses so far apart too. Like,
yeah. Yeah, I would say that's a good look. Flip, you know, finish the show, do his thing. We know a lot of artists out here who have 50% tours and they cancel because there's not enough people. Maybe that could be their label because of the situation where they're not making enough money, or the promoter or whoever's doing that event or whatever. But I do think it's kind of sucks if you one of those people, the 50% that purchase those tickets for that artist, to then be like, nah, it ain't enough of y'all showing up. I get that business is business or whatever like that. But of course, if you have fans that's willing to prepay for your concert, of course, there's going to be tickets that get sold the day of. Some people are just last minute motherfuckers, right? So, you know, I do think I hate that paradigm that's like, okay, not enough people, so I'm not finna. Bro, you know, within book smaller venues, can you switch it out? Can you get in the club or something like that? You know what I'm saying? But I do think it's important for the artists to show up for their fans, because at the end of the day, that's who make you. You know what I mean? You're artists because these people show up. So salute to Flip for that. I do think it could be construed as embarrassing. You know, thank God he ain't beefing with beefing with T.I. anymore these days, because he'll probably put this up.
It's only embarrassing if you have the ego, bro. Like if you just like, I don't care if it's like 1,500 people or like 5 people. Like, you know, I'm grateful for whoever shows up. You know what I'm saying? Like it's you gotta take your ego away when it's like you're going out there and putting on a show for people. You know what I'm saying? Like it's, you know, the people on the internet are gonna make jokes, and it's like, I don't know. I always thought that shit was funny, but
I got you. I agree, man. I agree. As somebody who fucking podcasts to 10 people sometimes, bro. Hey, if 10 people willing to watch me, dog, I salute. You feel me? You know, I'm always amazed by that. So I feel like if people are going to support you, support your brand, support you as an artist or whatever, bro, show up and show out. You feel me? So that's dope. And I would never, you know, what's the point getting embarrassed, dog? Like, life is life, man. Like, if you have 5 people that show up to your fucking concert, most motherfuckers can make a phone call right now and it wouldn't be 5 people to bail them out of jail. It wouldn't be 5 people to help them move. You know what I'm saying? So you kind of got to be grateful for what you can get. You feel me? If people rock with you that you don't even know, that's a motherfucking blessing to me. You feel me?
Absolutely.
Listen, them, however many people in that room, they all buy his latest project. That can make a difference to him. You know what I'm saying? Or support him, buy his merch, whatever the case is. Like, you know what I'm saying? And even just outside of the monetary value, just showing like, yeah, you got people that are die hard to show up for you and not give a fuck about how many people are in the room.
I got you on that, man.
Shit, I feel important when I get 5 downloads. I'll be like, hey, 5 motherfuckers want to actually have this on their phone for later. Like,
exactly. Shit, I complain about the emails, but I think it's dope when you can go into, hey, could you listen to my shit? You want me to listen to your shit? I appreciate that. So definitely, man, like getting that interaction, getting that love, getting that fan, you know what I mean? That's dope for any artist, man. A lot of these artists, they like, you know what I mean? They very appreciative when somebody listens to their shit and review their shit, even if they don't even like the score. You feel me? They still be like, shit, thank you for listening to my shit, bro. Because sometimes you feel like you're talking to yourself. You know what I'm saying?
Not everybody. Not everybody's so grateful. But
we ain't gonna talk about them.
Yeah, that's for real, man.
Yeah, for sure. Any last
She'll
thoughts?
take you far.
Huh?
Gratitude will take you far.
For sure. Being humble in general, bro, will get you far, man. And shout out to Ren, she responded. We done talking about it. She said, please, Dad, this is a daily debate on here, but my shit highlighted somehow. I've never had a personal interaction with Craven in my life. You just appear. I was work with the same creative community. Thank you, but no thank you. Oh, we've moved on, but I appreciate you. And it was more so about the sample thing for sure. It wasn't really about your interaction. We did hit on it a little bit, but we appreciate
Yeah,
you.
I said a lot.
Huh?
No, I was just saying, like I said, like, you know, let y'all deal with it. I don't.
I like to give people I put the tag on people because if you want to say something, you should be able to say it. You know what I mean? I don't duck no smoke. Feel me? But
yeah,
it was more so about the sample thing. It wasn't more so about the interaction. You know what I mean?
I don't care.
Yeah.
Personally, you got to deal with that, but.
Don't try to bring that smoke towards us now. You know, redirect.
What you gonna do on the internet? Talk shit. But yeah, man, let's get ready to get the fuck up out of here, dog. Outside the algorithm, dog. Let's put the people on to some good music, whatever you've been listening to, whether it be mainstream, whether it be underground. But just put the people onto some music, or what do you think is dope right now? What's catching your ear? And whoever want to start can start, man.
I don't know how I came across this group, either TikTok, Twitter, Instagram. I don't know. One of y'all maybe. This duo Lower Self. Well, they had dropped a project called Lower Self, and it's lowercase self. And the names are self and lowercase. So they got lowercase self as the group name, and the project itself is called Lower Self. So I'm checking that out. One of their songs, like a snippet, had popped up somewhere, and I was probably like, "Oh, let me go download this." So yeah, that's where I'm at. This is they little cover art right here. They just dropped this literally like in June, back in June.
For sure. I did a review 10 out of 10 to me. So hopefully you like it. You can
I knew it was like probably one of y'all. Shit.
But yeah, dope project. Good pick. Cloud, man, what you listen
to? OB Sage just dropped a new EP after dropping one of my favorite albums all year. It's called Man Ain't Kind. And he got I think it's all produced by him. I think he got one joint with Chuck Strangers on there. But yeah, shit fire as usual. And shout out to Keenan Bell. He's dope. I've been really like going through his music too. Like, he's cool people's.
Okay, dope. I've been listening to actually I spinning back that dropped a couple months ago, Eddie Valero Don Trip joint. I know people talk shit about me because they know I'm a Don Trip fan, but I went back to that project, man. They just dropped a new video, so it made me go back and listen to the project again. Armageddon, dope. And Vado just dropped some shit. DADO, you know what I'm saying? I think Vado a little bit underrated. I know we probably talk some shit about it, but I think Vado came onto the Dipset scene or the Diplomat scene. They were kind of broken up, so he never got that shine that he should have. I think Vado dope, man. So check out that new project he got. I haven't got through the whole project yet, just a couple of songs, but so far I'm liking what I hear. So check out that Vado joint. Feel me? That's it, man. So of course, the last minute, got to toss it to my esteemed co-host, very talented people in their own regard, man. Let the people know what you're working on. You feel me? Lee, what you working on?
Yeah. Well, I'm actually got this review for Price of Pain. I'm actually typing up my notes because I had some notes. So I'm like, let me put this into an article format for y'all so y'all can check that out for Hip Hop High. And then for myself, I'm gonna do some song by song reviews, some underground reaction videos, and just talk through some shit this week that just really had me thinking. So yeah, new episode coming soon and more written reviews coming soon. This theme is consistency for the rest of the year. So that's what I'm working at, guys. If y'all don't see me here, Red Panda, somebody hit me up and tell me you fucking up, Lee. So I'm here. And if I'm not, it better be for good reason.
Yeah, we appreciate you, Lee, as always. Look forward to reading that review. I love reading them reading materials. Ain't got to you yet. I hit the whole. The whole. There we go. Yeah, that's better. Cloud, what you working
on? I just been. I have like a whole bunch of music lined up, and I've just been like painting shit, like for artwork and whatnot, like physical artwork and shit. So just like getting that ready. So
okay.
Shit, that's all good for the brain.
Yeah, you artiste. I appreciate Cloud, man. Multi-talented ass dude, man. I've been working on this, man. I'll keep working on this. Salute to my daughter, Miss Jordan. She just did the loop. If you peep the new logo, she drew that by hand. Well, not by hand. She got a little tablet. She can draw shit. So, you know what I mean? I might have to throw a $20 or something for the new little logo we got, but it's a good mix-up. I wanted to change it anyway. Yeah, that's about it, man. We're gonna give some more reviews. I'm working on the BFB Pac-Man, his newest joint. That's probably gonna be the next review I at least drop. I'm listening to this old Shrimp Life shit, so I'm trying to do a review rewind for that. Never been a big Ray Shrimmer fan, but I figured I'm gonna try something outside the box for me and go back and listen to that. You feel me? So that's what I'm working on, those two reviews. I hope to drop those within the next couple of days. And of course, that's about it, man. So I appreciate everybody coming in here. About 40 people right now. Make sure y'all share this. We always usually get good replays on the ones was under 50. So I look forward to watching all those motherfucking replays go up on a daily basis, man. I know y'all probably watch football. Turn that shit off. It's bad for your brain. You feel me? It ain't even the real season yet, nigga.
Stop watching other men tackle other men.
There you go. But man, we appreciate everybody who watches. You know what I mean? Make sure y'all share. Make sure y'all spread the word. Make sure y'all go to the YouTube, leave a comment, and hit the share button because it helps elevate us into the algorithm. Fuck the algorithm, but we gotta fucking play the rules sometimes, right? So we appreciate everybody for tuning in. So that's all I got. Half everybody here, I gotta say, peace. Let's get out of here.